We go to not funny, just pure evil.
Wow!
A dude who likes to feel pretty,
Excuse me, it's ma'am!
who just happens to be a youth advocate because of course he
Yes, of course.
was arrested in the raping and sexual abuse of a young child
You stupid fuck!
that he was asked to look after.
Are you retarded?
And it gets worse.
Kill the monster!
I'm Jazz Berganzo and this, no arrests.
This mother...
This thing must be destroyed in the most horrific ways imaginable. But it's what's next.
You guys think you're above the law. You ain't above mine.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys feeling good today on this Thursday. Another episode for you. Well, no joking, no mocking. Well, there may be mocking, but of a serious standpoint. But not my usual fare. This is tragic. It's sad. It'll make you angry. It'll piss you off. And it'll make you sick to your stomach. Oh, and by the way, just happens to be pure evil. What am I talking about? Well, a dude who likes to feel pretty, who just happens to be a youth advocate because of course he was arrested. Gee, what could he be arrested for? Gee, I don't know. Could it be, I don't know. Was he in a car accident? I don't know. Was there a fire? Did he happen to, jaywalk? No. He was arrested in the raping and sexual abuse of a young child. Yet he was asked to look after. But, and if you can believe it, it gets worse. And here we go. This comes out of the Western Journal. Pure evil. Trans youth advocate arrested over the raping of an infant. I told you it would get worse. Warning, and I should have said this in the beginning, graphic content presented. He was asked to look after, and it gets even worse. A 25-year-old man who pretends to be a woman was arrested and charged with a raping of a 6-month-old baby girl, as well as distributing child pornography. Gee, who would have saw that coming? William Kelso Fleury, a trans mental activist who goes by the name of Isabel online, because of course he does, had access to vulnerable children as recently as October 2023 through his volunteer position as a shelter for homeless youth in Tacoma, Washington. It's Washington State. Again, gee, who would have saw that coming? The Tacoma Police Department began investigating the rape and receiving a tip from Google through a database used for internet crimes against children. What triggered the tip was Flournoy, I don't give a at this point, uploading a photo of the video of himself allegedly raping the 6-month-old infant. He posted this shit online. This evil mother... Let me continue. This coming from Redux on X. A transmental pedophile in Tacoma, Washington, has been arrested on the charges of raping a 6-month-old baby girl, William Isabel Kelso Flournoy IV. Gee, how nice. Was previously a volunteer with a local youth and homelessness charity. And yes, that is the dude who likes to feel pretty, because for all you leftists out there, yeah, that's a woman. You guys make me sick. The tip that flagged the photo uploaded through Google distributed depicting of an adult man on his knees. Like I said, warning, like this is graphic. All right. The tip had flagged through a photo uploaded through Google described the depicting of an adult man on his knees with a small infant in front of him. The man whose face was not visible in the photo was doing things to the child. I'm not going to read it off. You can see it for yourself. Was doing things for the child that are just horrific in nature. Detectives identified Flournoy as a perpetrator using both IP address associated with cybertip from comparing identifying physical features noted from the child sexual abuse image. A detective confirmed that Flournoy had 2 distinctive moles on his hands, which has been clearly visible in the photo. After the victim was located, her parents confirmed her identity, and the parents must be I can't even imagine the thoughts going through the parents' head right now. The victim parents told the investigators that in 2023, while living in a motel and working multiple jobs, they had invited Flournoy and his partner to stay with them and assist with childcare. What were they thinking? What did you think was going to happen? My God. The victim had two other siblings who William and Flournoy had access to. So investigators are trying to determine if they also had been sexually abused. Of course, this comes from Gays Against Groomers, a 25-year-old trans mental moron. A youth shelter was charged with the raping of a 6-month-old child. After his arraignment last week, Flournoy pleaded not guilty. Of course he did, and his bail was set to $1 million per redux. In July 2025, Flournoy was charged with a separate case of possessing and distributing child pornography. In a separate case, this guy was already flagged for doing evil shit like this, but yet, let's bring him in and watch our kids. What's the worst that could happen? Wow. Quote, documents are related to the cases and files case file state found on Flournoy's Google account included the investigators distributed a voyeuristic style photos of clothed females ages 12 to 18 and a video of himself doing things to himself on the steps of a homeless shelter for youth in Tacoma. In total, there were 6 other cyber tips reported associated with his digital accounts. There are so many heartbreaking elements to this tragedy, although they underscore the nation of our falling children. It's failing our children, excuse me. Quote, First, trans mental men should not be allowed to care for any children, should not even be allowed near them with a 1,000-foot pole. While child molestation is perpetrated only by trans mental individuals, why increase the risk? Why increase the risk? Excuse me. It's no surprise that sexual deviants would volunteer at a youth organization so they could hunt vulnerable prey. They seek this out intentionally on purpose because Satan says so. Second, it's sad that low-income parents with multiple children have to work 2 or 3 jobs simply to feed their children. It makes it more likely that they accept babysitting help from these perverted and evil criminals. It's also sickening that hardworking Americans, parents are on their own to raise their own, protect their children, while our politicians send billions of our tax dollars to foreign countries and prioritize the needs of foreign nationals. Facts, facts, and more facts. The concept of the American family is imploding due to systematic collective neglect. My thoughts. There's a little more to it, but you guys pretty much get the gist. Flat out evil. You can't make it any other way. You can't disguise it any other way. You can't dress it up any other way. This is just evil. Heinous, horrific evil that must be destroyed, heinous and horrifically. An eye for an eye. Absolutely. These pedos must be destroyed. Not housed, not arrested, not rehabilitated. They must be fucking destroyed and wiped off the fucking planet. That's it. There's no other way to do it. No other way. But yet, you will have those on the left. Oh, no. We can rehabilitate these people. No. These people are just, they're just, they're just mentally disturbed. They can be fixed. No. They, these, it's just, these things are taken out of context and they're just misunderstood. There is no misunderstanding about this situation. This is not the first time this has happened. This sure hell won't be the last time it's happened. But what are we talking about? Several dozen at this point in the last 5 years? How many stories have come across? How many stories come across this that we don't hear of? Because the mainstream media says, no. These are just anomalies. These don't really happen. End them all in the most horrific ways imaginable. Imagine the most horrific things that you can do to a human being. And I know some of you out there got creative imaginations. Do it. Do it. I could say some things, but of course this video would be banned or stricken down, so I'm going to keep it to a minimum. Let's bring back the guillotine, one in the chamber. Let's keep it at that. Or more if you like. But they must be destroyed. You cannot house these people. Again, you cannot house them. You cannot rehabilitate them. You cannot imprison them. This is not what they be. They need to be thrown in the hole. The hole needs to be thrown away. And the hole needs to be burned and then burned again. And then burned again. But, oh, by the way, Satan says hi.
Hail Satan!
And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.